Now, when we first started out with the idea for StreamAid, Nick Luby summed up our situation quite nicely. He said, we're just a bunch of people who don't know any better, who want to try and make a difference and have conversations that turn into action to try and help save the planet. But if we're helping people understand the sheer scale of the problem we're facing, we need to make sure that we deal in facts. And a wise man once told me, don't bring opinions to a fact-based discussion. So for facts, we need people with unimpeachable credentials. Now, our former guest, Jeff Clark, suggested that we need to speak to our next guest to make sure that any information we give you is from the purest of sources. Companies pay big money for this kind of information, so I hope you'll appreciate the extreme lengths we go to make sure you've got all the facts right. And I've got to say, David, every time we've done one of these, the quality of the guests just keep getting better and better, don't they?
They do indeed. Yeah. Good evening and welcome, everybody. It's great to be here this evening. We've got an exciting lineup with a fantastic guest, which is going to be sharing so much knowledge, experience with us. And it's going to be just a fantastic learning curve. It really is. I know I'm going to learn so much, and I'm going to be a better person for it as well.
Indeed. Well, let's just welcome her on the show. I'd like to welcome on the show Marisa Kopec. Marisa is the Chief Research Officer at Lux Research, a top-of-the-line think tank of scientists, business executives, and engineers that help clients in heavy industries such as energy, manufacturing, and CPG, or FMCG, as we call it in the UK, place the right bets on innovation and help make the right decisions when it comes to climate change and sustainability. So hello, Marisa. Thank you for taking the time to speak to us.
Hello. Thank you. Very excited to be here.
Well, thank you very much indeed. Now, before we kind of go any further, I mean, I probably did you a massive disservice there in the introduction, but I mean, could you just briefly explain what Lux does and the sorts of people in the organization and the types of companies you work for, etc.?
Yeah, sure. So we're a research and advisory company focused on sustainable innovation. It's a team of technologists, scientists, engineers, and business people, and we study emerging technologies, and when I say materials, it can be like a chemical or a solvent or some sort of, down to the hydrogen, right? And all of these things in terms of helping people make decisions around their innovation roadmaps and product roadmaps. So when people are thinking of new ideas for products or maybe a new type of revenue stream for their company, we're looking at very, very new things that are happening in science and technology that they could leverage for their product roadmap. So it's super, super cool what we study and how we advise our clients.
And you've got like the credentials to back that up in terms of the quality of the people that you.
Yeah, they're mostly PhDs or have an advanced degree in biology or chemistry or engineering. So I mostly work with doctors all day long.
Well, that's got to be great. That helps you raise your game, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, we also play Jeopardy on Fridays. We have a virtual Jeopardy, so it's a pretty tough game to play with the very brainiac people that I work with.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Marisa. I mean, this is exciting stuff. You're thinking of like cutting edge technology, new science that's, looking into the future. I mean, exciting. Someone that comes from a technology background that loves tech, worked in the tech industries for over 25 years. It's a pleasure to have you here and find out more. You talk about kind of, working with doctors and PhDs and, many other brainiacs who have got there through lots and lots of hard work. But do you have other people in the business as well? Because sometimes some of the great ideas can also come from young budding entrepreneurs that see things and do things differently. So do you have a kind of a range of people there?
Well, we have the MBAs too, and the business folks, or some people with finance backgrounds as well. So it doesn't really matter. What we look for is people with analytical skills, who are good writers and communicators and have a love for technology. Also, the binding mechanism of the entire organization is that we are all very passionate about sustainability and climate change. So many of the folks who come either out of research or academia, so they're coming out of a lab or coming out of academia, they've been studying this their whole lives, whatever it is that they've been studying. They've dedicated their whole life to their science, right? And it's a privilege to work with literally the world's innovation leaders. We work with the largest organizations in the world, the biggest consumer brands, manufacturing, oil and gas, electricity, and we're able to advise and sit on the shoulders of these giants. And so they bring their science to bear to not only help people make the right innovation decisions, right? Which means, how do we make more money? How do you drive profitability or growth with your decisions about what you're going to build or what you're going to buy? But also, we're able to help them make decisions in context of sustainability and climate change as well. And that's very, very important. And they don't have that essentially power to influence and to guide anywhere else. It's really, really a cool network and community that we're in. And it's something we really do take really seriously in terms of our ability to influence decisions.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, you just touched on there. I mean, obviously the size and scale of the companies that you work for. But I mean, obviously, having a big company, the object of it is to make money. But there's now a new thing that we all need to be aware of, and
Yes.
it doesn't matter what size company you have. That it has to make money with as little impact on the environment as possible. And I mean, you kind of alluded to it there, but I mean, there is an algorithm that you apply that helps companies in their thinking. And I mean, it's a very simple thing that a lot of, it doesn't matter what size company you own, that you could apply to your own business, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's definitely fact-based, right? And data-driven, to your point about fact-based.
Yeah.
But the algorithm really is born off the innovation decision process, right? There's a way to make decisions around innovation, and it's essentially a funnel. You have great ideas, thousands of ideas. You have to bring them down and narrow them down and select a number of ideas, test them out, and then eventually you make a decision on what you're going to do, right? And so our research and methodologies are engineered to inspire, help them come up with the new ideas, illuminate, help them refine those ideas, and then ignite, which is really how do you socialize or get that idea within the organization, get the buy-in for investment, and to actually activate the idea. And so those decisions along the way need data, they need information, and that's the type of insight that we provide. And we're really looking at it, the algorithm, I'd call it a decision process algorithm at the highest level, the lens of commercial viability. So, is this technology, no, this is not a mainstream technology we're looking at. This is brand new. This is at the patent level, startups, introduction stage. So the algorithm evaluates whether we believe that technology will become commercially viable.
Right.
So we're predicting commercial viability. And now we've added a lens of also, will it help you reach your sustainability goals? Is it going to help you with your corporate sustainability initiatives?
Wow. And we'd love you and your business to join us on our voyage. If you're interested in finding out more about how your small ship can help rescue the planet for free, sign up at www.streamaidlive.com, and we look forward to working with you.